Hello, welcome to your Crystal Tarot reading. Today we're going to pick a deck. So actually you're going to pick a crystal. So you can pick the Smoky Quartz, which is pile number 1. We have a mixture of Crystal Oracle cards, traditional tarot cards, animal spirit medicine cards, a fairy deck, and another traditional tarot. So then we've got pile number 2, which is selenite. Isn't that beautiful? So beautiful. I love it. And then we've got this citrine elephant. Elephants are like my new thing. Look at my nails. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm probably the only tarot reader on YouTube that does not do their nails, the females. Actually, I usually have paint on my hands, but I don't have any paint today. So anyway, we all have to be our own, right? One of these days I might do my nails. But anyway, go ahead and pick pile number 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to go ahead and leave pile number 1 here. Take pile number 2. Here, pile number 3, the elephant. Welcome, welcome. Here's the Smoky Quartz. We'll put that right there. And let's get going on your reading, okay? All right, so we're gonna start with we usually like to start with our animal spirit guide. Kind of gives us a sense of the reading and the overall sense of the energy. So we have the elk, laughter. Oh, it looks like an extra card flipped in there, and I'll bet you it was the laughter, because the laughter was dropped on the floor after I had grabbed one of these, and then I reshuffled them and it still wanted to come in. So we know that that's definitely one that we need to look at. Feeling safe, creative expression, fluorite, and there's a fluorite right there. That works out good. Charoite. Oh, this is my favorite. This is the one I usually keep on me every day. I don't think it's come up in a reading in a very long time, like probably like close to a year for me, so that's wonderful. Kyanite. Love kyanite. Clear quartz. Got lots of clear quartz here. King of Crystals in reverse, which I'll tell you it's a different deck, so I'll tell you. Ace of Crystals in the upright, and King of Swords. Oh my goodness, look at this. Isn't this something? Oh, I love it. Okay, just let me look here for a second. Feeling safe. Okay, we already got the fluorite here. Let's just move this over so we can have it right above there. I'm gonna bring this over here. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay. My goodness. Well, let's start with the elk, okay? So we have the elk. Now, all about elk energy, right? So in the medicine animal spirit book that comes with this deck, the elk represents stamina. So it's all about the pace and how, you know, the elk won't be the first one there, but the elk will definitely always show up. They're very into like kind of like a pack, except during mating. So they're very loyal to their own gender. So, but that doesn't necessarily have to apply here. It's more of like a brotherhood, a sisterhood, a sense of community, definitely belonging. Except mating, they definitely separate during mating. And Yes, so it's like a like-minded group, maybe, that we've got some overall energy here. Let's take a look here. Laughter, I'm just gonna put this one off to the side. I'm not really sure, but it's pretty interesting because laughter's been coming up in a few readings, and I almost get the sense feeling that maybe it's supposed to be like for the collective, for all of us to just take the joy in life right now and find everything there is. Like, I actually think it's really funny that, I mean, I kind of want to laugh that it showed up in there's usually only two of these cards, and then the fact that it popped in, it dropped, I reshuffled, and then it still made it into the deck. And look how she's laughing. It's almost like, hee hee, I still made it in. So I think we just need to really take this and find joy. And I'm just going to put that up here right now, for right now. That's really interesting. So we have the Feeling Safe card, which is all about, whatever the decision is. Like, a lot of times this has to do with the card that's prior to it and the card that's after it. So whatever the situation is that looks like it's part of a group collaboration, but yet you still have your own individuality, and or probably wanting to be part of a group or like a sisterhood, and that in your new community that you have, you're definitely safe with this group, and you'll find joy, and you're able to express yourself in your own way. So it's almost like a new type of like a new group that you've just recently come in contact with, or communicating with, or something like some kind of like-minded, and you might have been wondering, like, I don't know, this is a lot of people, or this is I don't know about moving forward with this group. Well, this is definitely your go-ahead, that everything is, if it's regarding this creative expression as group and being able to be free with who you are, it's definitely a go-ahead to move forward with that. It looks like there's, with the fluorite and the charoite, which, I should go grab mine. This is definitely about like a spiritual evolution and a spiritual connection, and more of it, like a peacefulness, and like just getting in touch with the intuition. For the charoite, it's talks about psychic power, transmutation, and intuition. So it's all about kind of being in alignment with your purpose. And I have a feeling like if you can get a hold of some fluorite, that can help you with your finding that clarity and trying to find that purpose path. I get the feeling there's a little bit, some of us have been a little bit sad, and there's a little bit of sadness going on, and it is interesting that this card would come up. I really have not seen this card in over a year, like in a reading. So I'm going to read this real quick. It says, drawing this card signifies you are ready to access your deeper inner wisdom and bring it into everyday life. You are about to embark on a new period of growth and transformation in all areas. Yeah. I just get the feeling that it has, there's like some kind of stress, or somebody's going through some kind of depression or something. And oh yes, here, The transformative powers of this stone work with the healing of depression and other mental imbalances. So take that to heart if some of you are going through some kind of sadness, and maybe it's nothing that really can be avoided, but it's more of a growth process, and it's okay to move forward now, and you're safe in that, and maybe even this group is allowing you to express yourself in such a creative way that you're that maybe the depression is just gonna easily fall to the side because you now have this great support system here. But for this card to come up, I really do want to encourage people to, if you've got some kind of some mental imbalances right now, to please seek anything you can. Crystals, like any solar plexus crystal. Orange calcite is my absolute favorite, but obviously if you have charoite, you're definitely being called to keep some of that. And it's interesting, I usually almost always have it on me. I didn't have it on me today or yesterday, so it's interesting that it came up. So, and then fluorite is also with the connection to, you know, your spiritual connection and your spiritual peace, and it helps you kind of connect all the dots. Oh yeah, connection right here, and focus and connection kind of gives that clarity. But the fact that clear quartz and kyanite, along with this, there's some kind of confusing, there's like a big cloud that needs to be kind of, you can't see something there. You know what I'm saying? There's something that is being very clouded, and you are not able to make any kind of decision, because if you're in need of these crystals right here, this tells me that there's definitely a need for clarity, and this is the alignment card. But I use, especially blue kyanite, I use blue kyanite when I am very challenged, not mentally, like mentally, intellectually, like I'm trying to figure something out. This is the first crystal I go to. So if this is coming up, this is like kind of it's not really like as much of an emotional, it might be an emotional problem, and that might be where you need to have the clarity with the kyanite. But if it's an intellectual problem, it's causing emotional issues because of it. That's how big of a kind of like, I don't want to say a black cloud, but something that really, like a dark tunnel kind of. That's what it reminds me of. Because we have a lot of learning here. Possibly like, because this is like about learning. Fluorite has a lot to do with learning and intellect. I wonder if this might be a school type situation, your elk group here, and you're feeling safe, and this new group that you're able to express yourself. It also seems like this group is some type of learning environment, or you're in the process of learning something that can be very stressful. Maybe because it's challenging to learn it, or maybe it's because it's unclear, like, you know, like geometry or something like that, you know, that's like, oh my gosh, where do I begin? And then to have the clear quartz with it, so it's like all this is amplified, which this is something pretty big right here. It looks very challenging. And maybe, I don't know, maybe with school starting and stuff, we have some students and stuff here that are just like, oh my goodness, what have I gotten into? But definitely your group is very supportive. You know, your whole group, you're able to just be who you are. And I think that'll help with this clarity. It's safe to, you're safe with this group. So let all that go so you can get some more alignment going with your path. And maybe it's like a spiritual learning something on the spiritual end or something. But there's a lot of intense information here that needs to be brought to light. Because there's focus with the fluorite and, using your intuition with the charoite and the kyanite with the alignment. And then the clear quartz, which is like a BAM amplifier. So it's pretty intense. But these are definitely the tools that will help you through that. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. If you're trying to, because put it this way, some of you might know I'm an accountant. I've been an accountant for 20 some years. And I always took kyanite with me during my month-end closings because I was under so much pressure for like 4 days, with a multitude of my positions. And kyanite was just able to really make me see clearly through, because there's so much to go through. It helps you focus, basically. It's like a focusing tool. So that's what makes me think there's something maybe on a high intellectual level or something that's very challenging to learn. But you definitely, you'll get through that. There's no doubt about it because you've got success all over the place here. So now with these cards, this is the Spirit Tarot deck. The artist does it differently. So the King of Crystals is actually the King of Pentacles in traditional tarot. Okay, so now, and this is, the tiger and all about courage and commitment, but it was in the reverse. So I think what we'll do is, this is pretty straightforward as far as, the King of Pentacles in reverse is all about instability and being uncomfortable because the King of Crystals is all about being stable. So with it reversed, it's this instability and it's difficult and there's some kind of dissatisfaction. It's almost like goals need to be reevaluated or something. Maybe some of you might have gotten in a little over your head and maybe you want to reevaluate these goals, or just something needs to, and maybe that's part of the focus here, is maybe there's too many goals and the goals were, you're just coming to the clarity on it now, That could be. That could very well be. So, but, it's okay even if that's in reverse. That's not like, horrible or anything like that. So, and then we got the Ace of Crystals, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so that is fantastic because this is all about new endeavors, new goals, being in alignment. It's all in alignment with fulfillment energy. New opportunities, new money, new job, fresh start, all about stability. Basically, like, King here was a little nervous and was dissatisfied and, and a little upset about not having stability, and then the Ace of Crystals just comes along and says, oh yeah, it's okay, everything, we totally got this. So this is very exciting. And to have the King of Swords right after it, it just says bam, success, power, fearless communication. You know, King of Swords knows what he wants. So there's nothing, no doubt about that, you know. So this, I mean, this really, it ends up great. It shows the group that you're in and everything. There's just something real intellectual, mental, something like that where there needs some clarity. And really, the advice is to get these crystals. Whereas, you know, in a lot of other tarot readings, there'd be different advice. But really, that is what's going to help you with some clarity there. So, you know, and maybe that's what this laughter is all about, is going and, you know, laughing and lightening up a little bit. And maybe this will pave the way for a little more clarity and be able to figure, you know, hone in and just, you know, get more clearer about all that and be able to go through it in a spiritual peace. You know, it'll all come together okay. You know, don't get too discouraged. You know, to have that card come up, there's some that are really going through some depression right now. So try to grab some orange calcite, grab some fluorite, some charoite. Try to go out and do some laughing. Express yourself creatively. You're totally safe. Everything's okay. You're in the right place at the right time right now. So this is excellent. It's going to be very successful. Very successful. So just get some clarity through here and everything will be great, okay? Thank you so much, group number 1. We're going to go ahead and get going on group number 2 here, which was the selenite. Selenite, group number 2. Okay. All right. Raccoon. Moving forward fearlessly. Financial flow. Ooh, that's one of my favorite cards in that deck. Iron pyrite. Wow. Wolfenite. Gold. My goodness. Amber. What is going on? Look at all this fire energy. What is going on? Did somebody hit the lottery? That's exactly what this looks like. It totally looks like somebody hit the lottery or is going to hit the lottery. The shadow, this is the Spirit Tarot deck. So the shadow is the Devil card. And the Chariot, which is the Chariot in normal. And King of Wands. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, look at that. Because, okay, so now the raccoon in the medicine book here is, you know, it's called the Generous Protector. And, you know, a lot of people have called the raccoon, and it might even say this in the book, called the Little Bandit. It's like this is all about like Robin Hood energy. The raccoons are very generous creatures. When they go and hunt in like garbage cans and campsites and stuff, the dominant male is usually the lookout. And so the dominant male watches out while the rest of them like play in the garbage, and you know how they play around and stuff. And they when they after they're done playing and they scavenge their food, the best of the scrappings goes straight to the lookout. They take care of that lookout person first, or that lookout animal first. So this is pretty incredible. I'm not really sure what is going on here, but this totally looks like somebody hit the lottery or hit something very huge financially. Very huge. I mean, to have all these, these are like almost in this deck, this deck, this deck, this deck, and this deck. You have one of the most powerful financial cards of all, except for the Pentacles. But the King of Wands, even in itself, is, you know, oh my goodness, goodness. Okay, well, let's just keep going, because there's a moving forward fearlessly. I almost get this feeling with all this generosity of the raccoon and this bandit type energy. It's like you have this really good financial flow coming in, and possibly right now. And there's a lot of really interesting, generous things that you're thinking about doing with all of this money. Maybe it's just an empire that maybe it's an empire that you have created, and now you're just getting to the point where you would like to share some of that in some way, in some kind of endeavor, like and continuing the success. That's a way. This is a lot of fire energy. So this isn't just about sitting back and relaxing. This is all about gung-ho, major manifestation, crystals here and cards. I'm just trying to take it all in here for a second. This is just like the Wolfenite, which I'm not very familiar with it, so I'll have to look a little bit on the card here, but I do know it has something to do with soul contracts and fulfillment of those soul contracts, and it helps with integrating a new life. So maybe you've come into some serious money, or some kind of new empire where you have a completely different lifestyle now and a new way of living, or you're about to, and this is like a cyclic period type thing, and this is where you're gonna need to integrate, which is probably why the amber here is here. Oh my goodness. So look, it says laughter. Now amber to me represents protection and clarity. So, but according to this liquid crystal deck, it's laughter. So isn't that interesting? Two readings, because the last reading, the laughter card snuck its way in as well. So it's interesting how laughter keeps coming up in all of our readings, and I think on a general level, I think we're being guided to really find the joy in life and find the laughter, and I think that's what gets us through things. I think it's one of those physical human mechanisms that we're supposed to, in order to get over hurdles and through situations, because the way the laughter cards have been coming up in the readings from different decks, it's quite interesting. So please take that to heart. Now, amber to me represents protection Anytime amber comes up in a crystal, it makes me feel like there is a need for some clarity and protection, which kind of goes along lines with being able the solar angel, which is gold. So do you see all what we have here? We have iron pyrite, which is fool's gold. We have gold. We have amber. We have the financial flow. I mean, it's all very, quite incredibly powerful on a financial. I really don't think I've seen such a financial reading before. So this isn't just like you got $1 an hour raise type thing. I mean, this is really something. So very excited for you. Now this is the devil card, the shadow, but it's all about, you know, ambition, self-empowerment. If it were to have been a traditional tarot and the devil came up, I would probably my instinct kind of tells me to, with all this money or wealth or empire, it makes me think that you just be careful about, like, take note of your feelings, because this card came up with feelings and integrating. It might be a bit overwhelming, and maybe the ego might get a little too overpowered, and that might be why the devil card would be showing up like that. But I'm not really sure. It's just, there's so much power in this. It's just all about focus and self-empowerment and power, you know. It's very, very exciting. And I mean, you got the Chariot here. This is all about being determined to move forward. And then you've got moving forward fearlessly here. So you've got all this, it's like maybe this instant success maybe has been a little scary or something. And maybe it's like, oh my gosh, what, that just happened just like that. How did that happen? You know, so maybe taking the light and the protection and all this solar plexus. Wow. Yeah, see, it's like, did you know that gold in the Atlantean times was used, it was actually embedded in the body in order to allow, because it carries light energy, so it was embedded in the body in order to carry light energy throughout the whole body, and it was used as it was the number one item used for healing. So there's lots of these are all like heavy metal, you know. You have this heavy metal with all this light. This is, if you've ever felt amber, it's like super, super light. I have all these too. I should go grab them, but I'm really getting the feeling that this is it happens so fast, and it's so incredibly rewarding financially that it's like your head's probably almost spinning, kind of like in this card. Look at how it's spinning around like that. It's almost like, it's just like interesting. And I think you just have to, you know, keep that self-confident, that empowered feeling, and keep the ambition and keep it going. Because I mean, if this is about ambition and this is about determination to move forward fearlessly, this is definitely a green light that whatever you have going on here that's starting you, it is just going to start getting even more astronomical. And it is a-okay to keep going full throttle, because this is all about success. It's all about, you know, wow, lots of fire energy. overcoming limitations. It's like, it's just, you're on fire. That's all there is to it. You're on fire. Absolutely on fire, and you've got all this fire energy, and you have all this success and all this amazing wealth, and good for you. That's just absolutely fantastic. I don't think we even need any clarifying cards here. I think this is just, if I was you, I would take a picture of this reading, because you're about to be giving away a bunch of money. You're generous, you're loving life, and you're loving all this wealth and your empire, and you have no problems sharing and being that generous person and moving forward, because you know you're going to be making a lot. You're just going to keep making more in some way, whatever this is. So, well, wonderful. I hope the people are grateful. Well, that's it for group number 2. Wonderful. That was very exciting. Very exciting. Yes. Wow. Financial flow card. You don't see that very often. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to get going with group number 3 here. Group number 3 is the citrine elephant. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Start with the animal. The possum. Magic of nature. Vacation. Agate. Labradorite. Petrified wood. Oh my gosh. There's charoite again. So a charoite was in this deck in the last reading. And as I was saying in the last reading, I haven't seen this card come up in a very, very long time in the other deck. And it's just very interesting. It's come up in the same video in two different readings. 4 of shells, 5 of crystals, and 7 of pentacles. So just to let you know, this is the Spirit Tarot deck, and she does them differently. So the shells are actually cups. So this is the 4 of cups. And the crystals are actually pentacles. So this is the 5 of pentacles. So we have the 5 and the 7 of pentacles. Okay, well, this is very different energy than the last reading. Last reading was a lot of fire energy. There's a lot of water energy here, a lot of calm energy. So very interesting, because the possum is considered in the medicine card book, what's it called? Medicine card deck book. The possum is known as the one of diversion and strategy. So, and if you know about the possum, they play dead if they're about to be attacked by a predator, and they even give off a death scent that excretes from their body. They actually do have sharp, some defense mechanisms, but that is one of their number one choices of in order to defend themselves. So they're very instinctual. They use their instincts in those situations, but they're very strategic. So they are considered strategic beings. So they're a little dramatic, but just a little bit of drama. Most of them, it's all about the brain, and they use their instincts, you know, to go to the next step. And that's kind of like, that's how they live. Their life is kind of instinctually like that. Very calm energy. And, but you do have some very nice balancing, accepting. You have magic of nature, which just happens to be with the vacation card. So there's no doubt about it that you are being called to go on a vacation, and it is very apparent with all of the cards that it needs to be by water and have some nature with it. It looks tropical actually, because not just because of her vacation card, but just because of the crystals involved here too. So it's like, so you have the agate, which is all about, you know, the throat chakra, and it's water, and it's balancing the emotional and physical distress. It looks like there's been some kind of situation here where you are in great need of a balanced respite. It's not like how should I put it? Like quiet contemplation. That's what it is. So it's not like there's something major, big, huge problem going on or anything. But when we've got cards that are like calling us in some kind of meditation, like the labradorite, I always say that wrong, so, but the labradorite is, you know, about meditation and psychic development and a spiritual path, and this is about, you know, balancing and calming. It's all about all this blue energy. And then petrified wood, that's about past life and embracing your past life. You know, it helps you to simplify your life a little bit, calm your life down a little bit. It's considered the natural hall of records, petrified wood. That's where a lot of people will use this in meditation tools to, you know, get in touch with their past life experiences, or the you know, the libraries, the the natural hall of records, and just getting in touch with that. And then with the Charoite here, with the individualization, this is all about spiritual connection and power, and kind of like with the agate, it's all about the higher level, higher consciousness is kind of how I would think of it, you know, like a rebirthing of knowing what your, you know, your divine purpose. You've like escalated what your divine purpose is now, you know, and you're going to find all this information about furthering your purpose out in nature. You're definitely being called for a vacation and to get out and do some nice calming contemplation. So the Four of Shells is this kind of, it talks about and see, it's water. There's some more water energy. It's kind of discontentment, you know, like not really liking the environment. So, you know, the crane wants to like find a new way, like kind of like the possum, be strategic in finding being resourceful and strategic in finding a different solution for a problem. So it looks like you really have to come up with some kind of very interesting and out of the box type of decision. That's what it looks like. Because these animals are being called in for your creative, to help you with your creative ability to come up with some solutions here. So it's kind of, and you need all this rest time and this balancing in water and this vacation to really decide how you're going to implement that new type of that's what it looks like, at least. It's like, I don't know, because you got the Five of Crystals, and that's all about the kind of you've got new possibilities, and so now you know what it is, and you're just gonna persist and move forward. It's like a turning point. So you have like this turning point, and I think we should read from the book on that one. Let's just read real quick. We're gonna read Four of Shells, because this is all real clear, and I just want to make sure that we're getting, and since it's a different artist, it's not a traditional tarot, there's possibility that there's some kind of other interpretation from the artist. So I don't want to miss anything. So let's just go to the Four of Shells. Four of Shells. Oh, did I call it a crane, or did I call it a blue heron? It's a crane. Soul searching and reevaluation. Innovative at using new approaches to solve problems. Crane is here to help you renew your optimism, bringing clarity and insight. Crane will guide you in taking the time you need to renew your energy. When you embrace something that you feel passionate about, you'll soon find yourself motivated into action. It's up to you to choose to see the opportunities that are right in front of you and to act upon them. Rest and meditation will deliver a fresh mindset. Take this time to reflect and regroup and redirect your energy. And the key words are contemplation, meditation, soul searching, reevaluation, reflection, refocus, and disillusionment. It's almost like you kind of like came into some new light on maybe a spiritual level, and you just almost like need to absorb it a little bit or something. Because there is something on your spiritual path here, because there's a lot of connecting energy. So let's look up Five of Crystals too, just in case. It's not going to hurt. It'll just help us a little bit. Ladybug, persistence and new possibilities. A guardian of wishes fulfilled. Ladybug delivers luck and protection. And okay, luck and protection. She's savvy in illuminating the spirit during times of stress and worry. Laced with the energies of renewal, Ladybug is your guide in designing a path of newfound happiness. Realign yourself with what you need to in order to move upward and onward, and new opportunities will present themselves. Take time to review what you want in life and believe that you can achieve it. Persistence during challenging times, finding strength, new possibilities, and a turning point. So, yes, this is, because the Seven of Pentacles is all about you've worked hard, you figured it out kind of, and now you're just, you will patiently wait. There's a lot of patience. It's very calm. There's no real stress here. There is a little bit of sadness. There's a little bit of sadness, and there's a little bit of discontentment, but definitely not a lot of major drama or upheaval. It's all about, you definitely need to go on that vacation in nature and do your contemplation and your meditation about this strategic, resourceful, creative solution you need for this problem. And then look at all the different possibilities with that, because it's almost like you're thinking outside. You're going to come up with solutions outside of the box. It's what it looks like, and then it'll turn out just fine, because you're patiently waiting. So yeah, that one was this was pretty clear and nice and calm, so it was a little bit shorter than the other ones, but I definitely feel like you're being called towards some kind of water. Even though this picture doesn't have the water, it's just, there's a lot of water energy here. So, well, thank you so much for joining me on my channel today, and I hope you enjoyed your reading. Hope it resonated, and please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to giving you more readings. I really enjoy this, and I'm glad that you're here and we're sharing this journey together. Thank you so much, and peace out.